So, Benevolence Ministry. Wanted to start first with this slide here. The benevolence. Just realized this week, actually, recently, that the word benevolence actually has love in it. It's backwards, but there is love in benevolence. So that's why we decided, my wife showed it to me, and we decided to try to brand the Benevolence Ministry with this shirt here, so I'm not just super casual on Sunday evening. I'm actually trying to brand the Benevolence Ministry with this. So it's very, very interesting to me that the word benevolence has love right dab in the middle of it. So there is no benevolence without love to me. You cannot have benevolence without love. Love is the actual foundation of everything that we try to do in benevolence. It is what the Bible says in 1 John 4, 7, and 8. I'm going to read that scripture here, 1 John 4, verse 7 and 8. It says that, "Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. He who does not love does not know God, for God is love." So in these verses here alone, we see that love is of God, and God is love. So the work that we're trying to do in benevolence starts with that foundation of love and of God. So that's why we went with, love in action as the catchphrase for the Benevolence Ministry. The scripture that we use for benevolence here is what was read, John 13, 3 and 5. "By this all will know that you are my disciples if you have love for one another." So as we go through this, you'll see different things that we do in the benevolence, and everything has that foundation of love. All right, so the overall purpose of the Benevolence Ministry is to fulfill the basic needs of members of our church, family, and those in the community. Galatians 6:10 says, "Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all, especially those who are in the household of faith." Benevolence is for all. Sometimes we in the congregation feel like benevolence is for the community. But no, benevolence really is for all, and actually you come first, okay? Anything that we can help our members out with benevolence, we are more than happy to do so. So don't hesitate. Don't feel like you can't ask for assistance. That's what we're here for. That's what benevolence purpose is about, is to help those who need things. If we didn't have anyone to help, we wouldn't have benevolence. And like we said, the assistance that we do is in love. So don't feel like your information is going to get out to anyone or anything like that. It is kept between the elders, is mainly the only individuals will end up knowing. So if you are in need of assistance or in need of any those type of needs, don't be ashamed to ask. Don't be hesitant to ask. That's what we are here for as a benevolence ministry. So the Benevolence Ministry as a whole, benevolence is like the umbrella of so many other sub-ministries and several missions and events and things that go on to fulfill these needs. So this evening we're going to talk about those sub-ministries as well as the events that we do on an annual basis. So let's get started. Hope Closet. Hope Closet is, the first one was going to be up on the list. It's the normal, regular one that we were doing a lot before we have this hiccup that we're going through right now. So, if anyone knows my wife, she's a person of words. She loves words. She comes up with different things. Words have so much meaning to her. So what we try to do with all our different ministries inside of Benevolence is to make some kind of brand for them. So instead of it just saying, oh, Benevolence Trailer, we try to come up with words that say, okay, what can we brand for that, and what put the meaning behind it. So that's where Hope Closet came from. Hope Closet, one of the definitions of hope that I seen in the dictionary was a person or thing that may help or save someone. We want to provide that hope to those who are in need. So the name Hope Closet comes from that. I can't count how many times we've been working in the trailers where individuals that we assist come up and say, you know, I didn't know what I would do if I didn't have this. So we want to be there for them. We want to provide them that hope that there is something out there to save them overall. So Hope Closet is what we're going to start with. First, give you some history of Hope Closet here. The purpose is to assist those in need with clothes and food. I'm a big advocate of knowing the past, on where it all started. I like to know history, things of where it all started, so you can really appreciate where you're at and where you're trying to go. So I asked around several individuals here in the congregation about the Benevolence, the Benevolence trailer, and how it all started. I've heard several names that were given on where it all started. There are several individuals who paved the way for the Benevolence work. These are just some names that I heard of: Al Cobb, Guy Wood, Dennis Hillsby, and many others paved the way for this benevolent work. And also learned something very interesting. It actually, before we had the trailers in the back over here, the Benevolence actually did start in a closet. So actually, the name Hope Closet is kind of fitting for it. In the fellowship hall where we have fellowships, the closet where the tables are, where we keep the tables now, the storage closet, that's where Hope Closet actually started. In that area there, they provided small, like a outfit or some type of clothing to whoever came, and as well as some minor food needs. So going from the closet to actually the trailers that started later by I think Ken and some other individuals, Ken Ward, and some other individuals, Ken Franklin, I'm sorry, and some other individuals. I really want to do more research on it, because what I want to do overall is have our benevolence history, and which I'll get into once we get into the future of what we're trying to do. But just like we have the history of the congregation that Dwight and tells so elegantly with Ken and the Thomas family and so forth, and the Keys, how we have that history of where Bell Shoals started. I want to do the same type of thing with the Benevolence Ministry, where we can have that history and put it all in order. So that's why I have the pieces here. Like, these are pieces of the puzzle that I want to try to put together in the future on the whole Benevolence Ministry. So that's where the past started. Some details about Hope Closet. It's one night a week. It's from 6:30 to 7:30. we ask that our volunteers who will show up 15 minutes beforehand to get the trailer set up, get it cleaned up, get the air conditioners and things like that turned on. And what we do is we provide families with a bag for them to get clothes. So we have clothes available for all ages, and we also have small appliances because of the storage situation. We have small appliances, books, toys, beddings is also always there as well. Everything that we get is donated from the generosity of everyone here in the church, of the congregation. So thank you for all those who have donated to the Benevolence, to the Hope Closet. I really appreciate it. It feels good when, even though we don't have Hope Closet going right now, when individuals come to me and they say, well, I have a lot of stuff. I'm holding it. When is it going to be ready? When is it going to be ready? I don't want to give it to Goodwill. I don't want to give it to someone. I want to hold it. So you're thinking about us, even though we're not moving. We're not currently doing Hope Closet, but I appreciate this congregation for all of the support that you do, because we couldn't do Hope Closet without you. And the families that we help, they are very appreciative of the things that we are able to give to them. So thank you for that. We also provide them with a bag at the end of their shopping trip, with a bag of non-perishable food. That food is like things like oatmeal, rice, beans, tuna, cereal, spaghetti, different things like that that's non-perishable that they can actually take with them, fix them a meal, things like that. On an average, and this is just an average, we serve about 7 families per week. When I first started in Benevolence, my first week in Benevolence, about 10 years ago, when I first went in there, my first week in Benevolence, we served 21 families. I thought to myself, what did I just get myself into? 21 families. And we knocked it out. I mean, 15 minutes, we brought 5 families in. When we have a big number of families like that, we normally let 5 families in, give them 15 minutes to pick any clothes that they want, and then at the end, we give them a bag. So this is just an average. So like I said, it could be sometimes when we go in, we'll have 2 families. Sometimes we have 20. Sometimes we have 12. It just depends on the year, depending on the time of the year, depending on the need. Especially around the summer holiday time, we get more families coming in around those times. So this is just an average. One thing I do want to realize, to say as well as has to do with the next thing. I guess I'll go ahead and put it on here. With the food, we also have bread. All right, so Mr. Ralph, tell you a little story about him. Ralph is amazing, okay? He's there every week. Teams are on a rotation. We have different teams we'll talk about in a minute, but the teams rotate every week. Ralph is there every week, ready to give out bread, that Panera bread that we have. He gives it out to all the families that come, and he'll make sure, he say, don't forget your bread. That's his main story. That's his main line. As soon as they come out of the trailers, don't forget your bread. Even after we stopped temporarily with the trailers, Ralph continues to do bread. He was up here. Families, as they were coming, when they were trying to figure out we were not open, he was telling them, hey, we're not open right now, but we have bread. He gave us bread. He also goes outside of the Hope Closet. He goes to different local areas where homeless are at, different places. He gives out bread. He finds out what their needs are. He comes to me and say, hey, I got a couple people who need socks. I have a couple people who needs this. He needs that. And we try to provide him with that. Just him going above and beyond, I felt like I wanted to let you know about the things that he does there as well. So we're going to keep Ralph in our prayers. He's a real part of this congregation, so we really miss him. So we hope and pray that everything goes well with his recovery. So keep Ralph in your prayers. Like I said, we cannot do this without volunteers. Everything that we do is with these volunteers. These are just several of the pictures of individuals who volunteer every week to come out. Like I said, we have about 5 teams that we rotate every week. So if you do come to be a part of the Hope Closet, even though Hope Closet is every week, you're not required to come every week. It's on a rotating basis, and it's a great fellowship opportunity. It's a great fellowship opportunity to get to know your family, your church family better. It's more than, hey, how you doing, as you walking by or as you seeing them during Sundays. This is a time where while they're working, packing up clothes, hanging up clothes, packing up groceries, they can actually ask them, how's your week? How's work? How's different things going in your life? Individuals is a smaller group, so they open up, they pray. It really becomes a part. This team becomes a family. Even though we are a church family, this team becomes a closer knit family as they work together. So what happens is I hate when I have to rearrange a team or when I have to try to move individuals around because some individuals will be like, don't mess up our team. One of the sweetest ladies that we have here in the congregation will love you. She gives you the shirt off her back. She's always polite. Let me corner out here. Let me see. Is my thing working? It is not. It is. This lady right here, Miss Bev. Oh, Miss Bev. Miss Bev is one of the sweetest ladies here. Anytime I get ready to tell everybody I got to add people, I got to remove people, she comes to me. You're going to keep our team, right? You're going to keep our team. But I love Miss Bev. But, yeah, she'll let you know she wants her team. But it does become a family. It does become a family. They work well together. And if you've ever seen the trailer, it's not the Ritz-Carlton or the Hilton or anything like that. They love what they do. I appreciate them all for what they do in there, hanging up clothes, assisting those who are in need with trying to find different items, packing up groceries and things like that. And they always show up with a smile, and I appreciate all that they do for Hope Closet. So that is Hope Closet. Hope Closet, like I said, is just our regular event that most people associate with the Benevolence Ministry, but there's more than just Hope Closet that goes along with the Benevolence Ministry. There's several other ministries and events that fall under this benevolence umbrella. And we're going to discuss those as well. Mount Dora, led by Jim and Ann Adair. We support Mount Dora in the benevolence as well. Just last night, they had the auction for Mount Dora. I hear that went very well. So if you haven't heard about Mount Dora, please get with them. They can give you more details than me. I don't know if they have a chance coming up to speak about Mount Dora or not, so I don't want to steal any of their thunder with that. But it is a place. It's a place for children, single parents, and it's a safe haven place in Mount Dora Children's Home. What we provide for them, like we do with the auctions, we also collect the change collections. We provide clothes for them. All the clothes, once we cleaned out the Benevolence trailer, we kept some clothes, but the rest of the clothes, they all got on the bus. Thanks, Jim. Got on the bus. He drove them all the way down there to Mount Dora, and they appreciated those as well. We also provide monthly donations to Mount Dora, as well as we've done the food drive as well here with the Benevolence Ministry. So Mount Dora is one of those ministries that is a part of the Benevolence. Quilts. Quilts is another activity, another event, ministry there up under the Benevolence, headed by Anna Dare. These homemade quilts are made for the Brandon Regional Hospital, the pediatric unit. They're given to quilts to Mount Dora, as well as they've been auctioned off. This is another fellowship opportunity for those who want to get involved, who want to know their church family better. They meet weekly as well, and you don't have to have sewing experience, okay? I know that's one of the things that turn a lot of people off. I don't know how to sew. They don't sew these things. If you ever saw one up close, they have the little thread piece that goes through all the way through them. They don't sew them. They use that thread to keep them together. So no sewing is required. So if you wanna get involved with that, please see Ann Adair and be a part of that great work there with quilts. Helping Hands. Once again, it was moving ministry. Like moving ministry. What else can we try to call it to make a brand? Helping Hands is what is the moving ministry headed by Harrison Cowan and his team of helpers. So this ministry is for those who are in need of assistance moving from one place to another. You don't have to hire 2 men in a truck or any of those other places to help you move. They are ready to move, and I keep saying move because they move. They don't pack. Okay, he wanted me to make sure you know they don't pack. All right, so you got to have your stuff packed, but they will get you moved from one place to the other. Don't have to worry about that. It's also on a rotation basis. I think he has several new individuals who came out of the ministry fair today. So if you need assistance moving, please see Harrison. He'll get you set up. Great brother, ready to assist at the drop of a hat. He just helped me out this week. I called him like an hour or 2 hours before I needed to get this couch. I found this couch that we were going to use in an investment property, and I don't have a truck. You available? He said, yeah, give me an hour. I said, all right. And he met me out there. We got it moved, and that's how good it is. No complaining. I don't know if he complained in the truck or nothing, but he didn't complain to me. But he helped us out. So they're always ready. They're always willing. Don't hesitate to ask for help moving. So if you want to be involved in that, if you want to assist with that effort, please see Harrison. And at the end of moving, they do appreciate meals. That's what that last picture is there for. They appreciate meals. Other ministries that is not pictured here, they're bear making. Bear making, they provide those comfort bears to the hospitals, the kids in the local emergency rooms. This ministry is very important. My son recently went to the emergency room. He has a bear, but he doesn't have one of their bears, but he actually got a bear in the hospital that he still has. He still keeps it. He goes to bed with it. So something as, it's a comfort. That's what it is. Kids are scared when they go to the emergency rooms. The kids are scared when they go to the hospitals. This ministry gives them that comfort. This ministry has also helped several individuals in here become members of our congregation. Recently found out about the Heights, them receiving one of the bears when one of their kids was in the hospital. It shows love. They came to be a member here, and now he's one of our elders. So the bear ministry is very key as well. You do have to sew. Well, they have different teams on this one. If you can sew, they love that, but they also have stuffers. They have those who cut items out. See Dora Hager for that. She'll definitely give you more information about it. Food for families. Ms. Ella Blackman is over that. Provide meals for members here during time of bereavement, illnesses, recoveries, births. If you've ever been down, if you ever had those type of things, you get so much food. I appreciate it when we got food from them after we had our son. It was like, no more food. But it is a great opportunity as well. They have teams. It's on a rotating basis. If you want to get involved with that, please see Ms. Ella, and she'll be able to help out. I think it's probably you help out about 2 times a year or something around that. So definitely a benefit to us here in the congregation. All right, events. Events is first one we want to discuss, that we have our different annual events. The Smart Start for Students. This is our annual backpack health fair that we do, where we give all the backpacks away to students and families. We team up with several local areas to provide health care or health fair items. We've teamed up with USF Health, Safe Kids of Tampa, which is part of St. Joseph, the fire department, the sheriff's department. We also have a hearing screening individual who comes out and does free hearing tests for those who want it. So we try to make the Smart Start for Students an annual event. We've been doing it for the last 4, we would have did it 5 years last year. We had to cancel. But on an average, we give out, the first year we gave out about 120 backpacks to kids, and it's been constantly at least 100 kids that we're trying to give backpacks. So the backpacks are stuffed with all the school supplies. I still remember the first time we did this event. One of the individuals we helped, one of the people we helped out, the mom came to us after they got the backpack and was like, once again, I don't know how I would have provided items for my kid for school. So crying, hugged my wife. It was a great time. So that's what we do, what we try to do. We have fun. It takes a lot of hands to pull something like this off. So we have all the different organizations. The other committees. We have people who help out with organizing the school supplies, stuffing the backpacks, assisting with outside events, because we have outside events, bounce houses, face painting, shaved ice. Thanks, Ernie. There you go in the back. Shaved ice is always a big hit. Popcorn, different outside events that we have for the kids. And then we also provide a lunch for the families. Any type of community events that we try to do, we at least try to feed them a hot meal at some point for that event. So these are some of the pictures here, just of the Smart Start for students, the backpacks and so forth. So we have fun. We try to theme every single one. The last one we had was the 4th annual, the one down at the bottom there. We did a clown, kind of a carnival theme. We had pirates one time before for the Buccaneers and so forth. So we try to theme them. We have fun. It's a lot of work, but the reward is great. Holiday Heart. This is our holiday gift and dinner giveaway. When we first started this, we started this the same time we did the Smart Start for Students, so it's been going on for about 4 or 5 years. This is where we provide, during the holiday time, we provide gifts for the kids. If not gifts, because of storage, last year we did gift cards. That way they actually went out and picked their own gifts. Once again, this is, all this that we do is because of you. I mean, we have gift drives here. Any goal we try to meet in benevolence, you guys step up to the plate and go above and beyond what we could think of. So we really appreciate you guys for that, really do. But the Holiday Heart is our gift giveaway. We also, once again, provide a meal for those families that come out to this event. We, on average, try to give away, once again, stay around that 100 gift mark for the kids. Some kids say, parents say this is the gift they have. This is what they're going to get for this whole entire holiday time. So if there is a need that we can provide, we try to do so through this event. So it's a great event, a lot of helping hands. Again, a lot of hands go into making this event a success. Future events, different things that we want to try to do in the benevolence area. Barbecue and board games. What we try to do, we were trying to think of an event to have every quarter, every season. And barbecue and board games is something that we want to try to do in the springtime for the community. Springtime is when everybody starts bringing out grills and barbecuing and so forth. Just to have a fun community event that we can invite the community out, give them some food, let them play games, have a little festival going on. Loads of Love is another event that we want to do coming up several times. This is an event that was inspired by I don't know, you've probably seen it on Facebook or something, but there's a 14-year-old girl, I can't remember where she was from, but she did it, and I was like, wow. This is a place where we're going to try to team up with a local laundromat and provide at least 2 loads of clothes for those who want to come out, who register to come out to wash 2 loads of clothes, as well as dry those 2 loads of clothes at a local laundromat. So it's a great opportunity there as well to help those that are in need. We want to try to do that, like I said, more than once during the year, but that's where we're going to start with. Fall Festival, this one is fellowship, but I was kind of voluntold that I was going to have to take on the Fall Festival. So Fall Festival is the trunks, like we've done before, trunk or treat, and providing dinners to the community. It's around the Halloween, October-ish time that we're going to do Fall Festival as well coming up. So plenty of work to be done, plenty of those who want to get involved, they have an opportunity to do so. Socktober is something that we want to do in October, where we will have a gift drive for socks, all new socks, that any sizes that we want to try to give to the local nursing home, as well as those who just need a socks. I mean, October is starting to get cooler. We want to provide those to individuals as well. Future plans. All right. So future plans. This is the Benevolence Building part of phase one that is going to go into play. Before this, right now, Hope Closet, as like I said, is currently not up and running. We have different things going on that we're trying to get situated with that. So hopefully we'll get that going in the trailer that we have out there now. But if not, this is the draw up of the new benevolence area that we're looking forward to. We're going to try to market it as like a storefront area. So one thing I want to talk about is just, even though we have the same goal, it's just a different location, still have the same goal when we get out to the new benevolence building. We're still going to fulfill the present needs of our church family and the community. We do want to have some additional things going on in that building as well. Once again, storefront approach, have an area for the kids to be, so their parents and so forth can actually go through in the open area and shop, almost like some other places where you have clothes just hanging out in the middle of the floors, different sizes, different categories, kids' clothes over here, men clothes here, women clothes over here, to have that storefront approach to it. We want to incorporate washers and dryers. We have a space in the back where we have a side part where we are going to incorporate washers and dryers. So when the clothes come into us, we are able to wash them up, dry them, get them ready before they actually go out on the floor. So that will be another day of the week where individuals who just want to help out, who want to just close. I mean, some people like washing clothes. Some people like drying them. So they'll get the store ready. So we want to provide additional necessity items, just more than just clothes and food. We want to have space where we can provide toiletry items. We provide some of those now, but we want to get it more in front of individuals where we're providing toilet paper, toothpaste, mouthwash, things like that, as well as in the new benevolence area. In the building, we also have a separate area for food, as well as refrigerators. So we're going to have refrigerators. This will allow us to team up with Feed America Tampa Bay. We already have a contact. We tried to do it with the trailers, but we needed certain requirements we could not meet then. But this is going to open us up more to providing more than just non-perishable items, produce, different things that we can actually refrigerate and have available to the families. So we're looking forward to that building to help provide those additional things. All right, so looking beyond the present to fulfill the future needs of our church and family, church community family. So besides providing those basic needs, we also want to provide them with life skills. We're going to have the Family Life Center, which is going to be a part of phase one as well. One thing I'm running by the elders and so forth is to allow us to open it up to be able to help individuals, not just with their needs, but also teach them different things so they can provide for themselves. Resume writing, how to interview, basic typing, basic financial things. We're going to need volunteers. We're going to need those who are talented in those areas. We talk about stewardship and using your God-given talents for God-given purposes. That's what we're talking about through stewardship. So we want to, like this quote says, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. We want to teach them how to do these things that they can actually provide for themselves. And one of the main goals I would love to see happen is individuals, those families that we've helped out they come back to us and say, okay, how can I assist? How can I help someone else who's been in my situation? So that's one of the greatest goals that we're hoping to provide through this effort. More ideas that we have, a community event every quarter that we talked about before, hot dinners for the community every quarter as well during those community events. Anything that you can think of, like if we get a lot of deals, we borrow a lot of deals, we see different things, we look at it and say, well, if they can do it, why can't we do it? Let's put those into action. So, in conclusion, I'm just going to read this here. It says, our focus is not the building. It's about positively influencing the community that we live in. We just plan to use the new facility to more efficiently carry out the mission we've been dedicated to since the ministry began, love in action. We praise God for the opportunities we have to show his love through how we treat our neighbors. Once again, the mission verse says, by this, all will know that you are my disciples if you have love for one another. Gonna wrap it up. Gonna try to do something like Rex does at the end. He always has a little story to give and to bring the point home. Anyone knows me, you've heard me talk about one of my favorite movies is The Pursuit of Happiness. I'm a real big Chris Gardner fan. Just after seeing that movie, that's one of the things that actually got me into thinking, how can I assist individuals? If you haven't seen the movie, I would just recommend the movie. The book was okay, but the movie was great. I've met him before. I met him before in person, heard him speak, got my book signed by him and everything like that. But this is a guy who dealt with trials through his life with his kid. He had to turn to shelters, had to turn to other individuals to help out him to get through. Now he's a millionaire. His thought in the movie and through the book was, the book is called Pursuit of Happiness. He thought that you could not reach happiness. You was always in pursuit of it. As you go through the movie and once you get to the end, he finally says happiness, like he actually reached that happiness. Just looking at the movie, I felt like I was there. It felt great to see somebody reach their happiness. So benevolence, I said all that to say that benevolence benefits everybody, benefits all that's involved. It's not just for the individual. It benefits the individual who is in need, but it also benefits those who help them with those needs. So I just say, get involved. We have opportunities for anyone to, if anything that you heard tonight, any of those events, those ministries that you want to get involved with, I just say, get involved. Just let me know. And we'll get you on a team with different things and get you moving. If you want, and for those who want to experience the death of God, God's love as his child, and you haven't done so, you haven't been baptized, you have an opportunity to do so this evening. To do so, you have to hear, you have to believe, repent, confess, and be baptized. That gets you to be his child, to be a part of that depth of love. We've all experienced God's love before, but once you become his child, it goes even deeper for those who know what I'm saying. So we are going to give you that opportunity to do so as we get ready to stand and sing.